The Cosby Show was a groundbreaking sitcom that showcased an upper-middle-class Black family. Sondra, played by the actress Sabrina Le Beauf, started off as a Princeton graduate before marrying her boyfriend, Elvin, and giving birth to twins. While other characters were developed more intensely and given ample amount of camera time, Sabrina's character was underutilized. And once The Cosby Show came to an end after 8 seasons, several of her co-stars went on to have successful careers, while Sabrina retreated from the limelight and kept a low profile. RRG did some digging, and we were able to find some interesting information about Sabrina's career, including some details about her personal struggles. Before we get started, don't forget to grab something to eat at rrgsnacks.com, our online concession stand that has an assortment of beef and bacon jerky, buffalo wing popcorn, and strawberry licorice. Sabrina was born in New Orleans and grew up in Los Angeles.
My family is very, very racially diverse. There's a lot of Native American. There's a part of my family which passed for white during segregation.
She attended UCLA to study theater arts and fell in love with acting. She eventually enrolled at the Yale School of Drama and studied her craft alongside fellow actress Angela Bassett. Sabrina told People magazine that African Americans that looked like her didn't really exist in the casting pool, but at Yale, they made her feel like she could do anything. In her first year out of Yale, she went on a number of auditions, including one for The Cosby Show. In an interview with the Washington Post, Sabrina stated she was trying to ride the popularity of what she called the dark, exotic type actress. But after auditioning for the role of Sondra Huxtable, she was told that she was too old to play any of the offspring, especially since she was only 10 years younger than Felicia Rashad, who was playing the role of the mom. The pilot episode aired in September 1984, with the Huxtables only having 4 children: Denise, Theo, Vanessa, and Rudy. According to the Washington Post, after the first 4 episodes, Bill decided to add a 5th child to the mix to mirror his real-life family. The show's director, Jay Sandrich, told Emmy TV Legends website that Whitney Houston was given the role of Sondra. However, Whitney was reluctant to sign the contract because she wanted to be a singer, and she thought the show would impact her not yet established singing career. Jay suggested that appearing on the show might actually help her singing career, but Whitney refused to go through with it. And as we now know, Whitney went on to become one of the top-selling R&B artists of all time.
And so they had another big audition in New York. And at that point, the producers and the casting director remembered me and asked me to come back in to read.
And she made her debut on the 10th episode of Season 1. Being a part of a top-rated sitcom had its advantages, and she enjoyed the financial comforts that enabled her to buy a Dutch colonial house in Englewood, New Jersey. She spent her downtime scouring antique stores. She also made time for love. In 1987, she was booked to appear on a Washington, D.C. radio show and fell in love with the show's producer, a man named Michael Reynolds. 6 weeks after meeting, they got married. By April 1989, which was near the end of The Cosby Show's 5th season, Sabrina had only appeared in 31 of the show's 125 episodes. She said, "Having been on the show for 5 years, I have not been able to do what I am capable of doing. I feel cheated that 55 million people a week watch something that is not my best work." Feeling frustrated by her lack of visibility on the program, she looked for work elsewhere and landed a role in a Shakespeare play at a theater in Washington, D.C. Even though she wasn't appearing in every single episode of The Cosby Show, the program wanted her to be on set every single day. Sabrina was told that if she broke her contract, she wouldn't get paid for the remaining episodes of the 5th season. She said, "You can't tell me, 'We want you here,' and 'Be here for us,' if I'm not going to work." In the end, Bill Cosby went to bat for her, and the work release agreement was amicably settled. So if the show wanted her on set all the time, why didn't they just expand her role and explore the depths of her character? Sabrina blamed the perception that she's a boring person as part of the problem. Although she was proud of her accomplishments as a professionally trained actress, she didn't consider herself to be a natural entertainer or a naturally funny person. She stated, "I think if you are excited about something, then you write for it. I am not written for. I play the smallest role. I don't feel like I make any contribution to the show." but she was far from boring. The episode in which her character gave birth was one of the highest-rated episodes the show had ever seen. To prepare, Sabrina took Lamaze classes with actress Kim Staunton, who was pregnant at the time, and she even helped Kim decorate her baby nursery. Despite the episode raking in 50 million viewers, Sabrina still didn't feel like she deserved any of the praise. In an interview with the Washington Post, she said, "It is the most work I have had to do, the most challenging work, but still it didn't feel like it was my episode." In her frustration, she described how the episode was not focused on the precious moment of her character bringing life into the world. Instead, it was more about her husband Elvin being a wreck in the delivery room, and how Bill and Claire dealt with being first-time grandparents. Sabrina said Bill finally added a scene for the two of them, since she had never been a focal point of any of the episodes. The Cosby Show ended in 1992, and Sabrina was ready to explore other avenues. She attended an interior design program at UCLA and began acquiring high-profile clients with budgets up to $400,000. Sadly, in 1996, things in her personal life fell apart. She told People magazine that she and her husband agreed they were very different people, which led to them filing for divorce after 9 years together. The end of her marriage left her feeling very disappointed in herself, and looking back on the situation, she told People magazine she realized she jumped into the relationship too soon. Single and without any children, she headed out west and settled down in a one-bedroom Los Angeles bungalow where she proudly displayed some of her most prized antiques. In 1999, she reconnected with acting and appeared in more theater productions. She landed a voice acting role in the TV series Fatherhood and made a guest appearance on The Sinbad Show and the CBS sitcom Cosby, starring her former TV parents. She also appeared in the 2009 horror film entitled The Stalker Within. As of 2014, many major networks and streaming platforms pulled The Cosby Show from its lineup as backlash grew against Bill. The reruns generated more than $1.5 billion over 2 decades, according to a 2017 Forbes estimate. So everyone, not just Bill, was affected once the checks were cut off. Sabrina's TV husband, actor Jeffrey Owens, told People magazine he was severely impacted by the show being pulled, which led to him getting a job at Trader Joe's to support his family. However, it's unclear how or if the situation affected Sabrina in the same way. According to her Instagram, she now lives in New York and still has a love for antiques. She will celebrate her 64th birthday this year, and she's looking better than ever. Even though she struggled with not having a prominent role on The Cosby Show, Sabrina will be remembered for being a part of one of the most influential programs in television history. She told People magazine, "Even though we were a black family, everyone, despite their race, could relate to us. People needed it. They wanted it. They were ready for it. I didn't realize how lucky I was to be on that show." Let us know if you're surprised by what happened to Sabrina Le Beauf. And thanks for watching RRG.